Testing day. Yes, today is the day where you can really check how much you have learned so far. Because today I'm going to ask you a question. Remember, what we have learned so far in these 6 videos is a methodology that will allow you to be able to compare different decks to decide which one is better from a mathematical point of view. So today, I hope you are excited because you are really doing that. And I want to show you again that the deck we are testing is a deck that I presented in video 5. And this will be the baseline that you are going to use for the exercise, okay? So it's a 60 card deck with these spell and monster and traps. So what I want you to do is the following. For this build, you have seen in video 6 the probability of making construct, okay? And you have seen the formula to use. Now, I want you to do this. I want you to replace one Magister's invocation with one Magister's Sphere and compute the same probability. So I repeat, I want to know the probability of making construct if instead of running 3 Magister's invocation and 2 Magister's Sphere, we are running now 3 Magister's Sphere and 2 Magister's invocation. This is the test. This is what you are going to do. Compute the probability and then you can compare it with the one in video 6 to decide if it's better to run 3 Sphere and 2 invocation or 3 invocation and 2 Sphere. So let me write that down. Let's write it here, test. Okay, so what you have to do, the question is, number 1, I want to know the probability of making construct if we run 3 Magister's Sphere and 2 Magister's invocation. Okay? And number 2, that is the follow-up, is which build is better. So which one is better? Well, hopefully you understand by now that the one giving you the largest value here of probability of construct is the one that we should choose. Now, by just changing one card out of 60, don't expect to see a huge difference, of course. You can approximate with 1 decimal point, but the idea is that even though we are just changing one card, I want you to realize the importance of doing this kind of computation to understand what is the best way to build a deck. Because sometimes you may find counterintuitive results. So, just a quick hint, you just need to look at videos 5 and 6 to be able to answer to this, okay? You don't need to run the 100 hands, you don't need to do that. Just use the formula of video 5 and 6. You need to use the hypergeometry calculator, okay? This will be very useful. And basically, remember, the assumptions are the same. So we always assume that there is 6 hand traps. So many of the things are already done for you. The probability of opponent having hand trap is already there. We compute it in video 6. The probability of opponent not having hand trap is also in video 6. You just need to go through the procedure of video 5 to compute the outs, right? And that's all. And then you repeat the hypergeometry calculation and then the probability and the formula of video 6. Okay? So this is your assignment, guys. I really hope that you do your best. And in 1 week, I will upload the solution. But I really ask you, don't look at the solution before solving the problem yourself. Do your best to solve it, and only if you cannot really do it, then you can look at the solution. In the meantime, if you have any questions, something is not clear, I suggest you, number one, watch again video 5 and 6, and if still there is something not clear, you can write me a comment. I'm more than happy to help you, because the objective of this series is for you to learn how to use this methodology in your own build. So it doesn't make any sense that you just watch in a passive way, but you don't know how to do it. Because later when you want to apply this stuff to your deck, there will be different situations, there will be different objectives. You may not even be running Shaddoll, right? You may be running something completely different. You may be running your deck in a different context. Maybe you have different hand traps to play against. Who knows? So it's very important that you understand the concept so that you can apply whenever the situation changes. Because maybe in the future the hand traps that will be relevant will be different. You know, maybe there will be other kind of decks that will become more played. So it's not just a copy and paste of this, it's really understanding the principle behind, and the best way is really to practice with problems like that. What to say? Well, good luck, but actually you don't need luck, you know, it's really look at video 5 and 6 and it should be enough, really. And again, I repeat, if you have any questions, something is not clear, just feel free to write me a comment. I will be more than happy to help you. But again, don't just jump to the solution. Do your best to solve the problem yourself, because this is the way you learn. It's not just looking at the solution, because this will just give you the illusion that you understood. But in reality, it's not true. So with that, I see you next week with the solution, and again, do your best.